In the previous episode, we explored the events in northeastern Middle-earth, focusing on the dwarves of Erebor, the elves of the Woodland Realm, and the humans of Dale, culminating in the Battle of the Five Armies. This battle marked one of the earliest conflicts in the War of the Ring, setting the stage for the larger struggle against the Dark Lord Sauron. As his influence grows, Sauron surrounds the free peoples with his minions, orchestrating chaos across Middle-earth. Elsewhere in Middle-earth, the Dark Lord Sauron stirs, his power growing in the shadows of Mordor. His minions, including orcs, Easterlings, and Herodrim, threaten the free peoples. Throughout the Third Age, Gondor and Rohan grew closer as allies, but Sauron's influence disrupted their unity. The Dunlendings, driven north by Ural's people, seized the abandoned Númenórean fortress of Isengard in TA 2710. During the reign of King Helm Hammerhand, a powerful vassal named Fricka demanded the hand of Helm's daughter for his son Wolf. Helm's refusal led to a duel where Fricka was killed. Enraged, Helm declared Wolf's family enemies, forcing Wolf to flee and ally with the Dunlendings. In TA 2758, during the Long Winter, Wolf, possibly aided by Sauron, led an alliance of Dunlendings, Easterlings, and Corsairs against Rohan. Corsairs and Herodrim simultaneously attacked Gondor, preventing aid to Rohan. Helm was defeated at the crossings of Isen, and his forces retreated to Suthburg, later Helm's Deep. Wolf captured Edoras, killing Helm's son Haleth and declaring himself king. The siege of Suthburg was brutal, with Helm leading desperate sallies until his death in early TA 2759. The siege lifted, possibly due to Rohirrim resistance or Dunlending fatigue. In March 2759, Helm's nephew Frelaf Hildison used spring floods to retake Edoras, routing Wolf's forces with Gondorian aid. Frelaf was crowned king, attended by Saruman the White, who was gifted Isengard by Gondor's steward Beren. Rohan faced continued threats from orcs displaced during the War of the Dwarves and Orcs. King Falca destroyed the last major orc hold in TA 2864, restoring stability. Under Falca's son Falkwine, Rohan aided Gondor against a Herodrim invasion in TA 2885. Falkwine's sons, Falkred and Fastred, led Rohan's forces to victory at the Battle of the Crossing of Poros, but both fell, leaving Falkwine's youngest son, Fingel, to inherit a weakened kingdom. In the remnants of Arnor, the Dunedain, descendants of King Arvedui, protected the north as rangers. Led by Chieftain Aranarth, their numbers dwindled over generations. Arathorn's son, Aragorn II, was raised in Rivendell by Elrond after his father's death. At 20, Aragorn learned he was the heir of Isildur and Anarion, receiving the shards of Narsil. He fell in love with Elrond's daughter Arwen and, under Gandalf's guidance, guarded the Shire. As Thorongil, he served in Rohan's army under King Nangel and later in Gondor, leading a daring raid on Umbar in TA 2980. Despite Elrond's condition that he become king before marrying Arwen, Aragorn's destiny as a leader was clear. Sauron, ensconced in Barad-dûr, bred vast orc armies and summoned the Nazgul. Saruman, corrupted through the Palantir, declared himself Lord of Isengard, troubling Rohan. Gandalf, suspecting Bilbo's ring was the One Ring, tasked Aragorn with guarding the Shire and capturing Gollum. In TA 3017, Aragorn delivered Gollum to Thranduil's halls, where Gandalf learned Sauron knew of Shire and Baggins. Gollum escaped during an orc attack, and Gandalf urged Frodo to flee the Shire. Sauron targeted Gondor, focusing on Osgiliath, a critical crossing point on the Anduin. In the first major battle of the War of the Ring, the Witch King led orcs, Easterlings, and Haradrim against the city's eastern bank. Boromir and Faramir, sons of Steward Denethor II, mounted a desperate defense but were overwhelmed. They ordered the last bridge destroyed, leading a rearguard action to buy time. The Gondorians' valiant stand allowed the western city to be saved, though the eastern portion fell to Sauron, leaving Gondor vulnerable. Frodo, accompanied by Sam, Pippin, and Merry, evaded the Nazgul and met Aragorn, Strider, and Bree. Saruman imprisoned Gandalf, who was rescued by Gwaihir the Eagle. At Weathertop, the Nazgul attacked, wounding Frodo. Glorfindel escorted the group to Rivendell, where Elrond's flood drove off the Nazgul. At the Council of Elrond on October 25th, TA 3018, the Free Peoples decided to destroy the One Ring in Mount Doom. Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Aragorn, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli, and Boromir formed the Fellowship of the Ring, departing Rivendell on December 25th. Blocked from other routes, the Fellowship entered the mines of Moria. They survived an attack by the Watcher in the water and discovered Balin's tomb in the Chamber of Mizarble. Pippin's clumsiness alerted orcs and a troll, leading to a battle. The Fellowship prevailed but awakened Durrance Bane, a Balrog. At the bridge of Khazad-dûm, Gandalf confronted the Balrog, casting it into the abyss but falling himself, urging the others to flee. In Lothlorien, Galadriel resisted the ring's temptation and gifted the Fellowship supplies. Boromir, swayed by the ring, tried to take it from Frodo, who fled using its invisibility. Boromir, remorseful, protected Merry and Pippin from Saruman's Uruk-hai. Despite his valor, Boromir was felled by arrows, dying as Aragorn arrived. Merry and Pippin were captured, and Frodo and Sam continued east, stalked by Gollum. The surviving Fellowship prepared Boromir's funeral and pursued the Uruk-hai to rescue the hobbits. The Fellowship is broken, and darkness encroaches on the Free Peoples. Yet hope remains. Future episodes will cover the escalating battles of the War of the Ring across Middle-earth and other fantasy universes. Subscribe, like, and comment to share your thoughts and suggest future topics.